Hello and welcome to Fandemically Reviewed, part of the Fandemic. This is a podcast about the things you love and the voices that do and don't. Each episode, I'm going to take a beloved movie, TV show, or something. I'll give my review and then also read some good and bad reviews. All so you can make up your own damn mind if you want to check this out or not in about 15 and 20 minutes. I'm the self-proclaimed Emperor of Awesome, Bradley Butin, and this is Fandemically Reviewed. And like always, there is no time to waste. We are good to go right into the goods. Today, I am talking about Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1. I'm sorry, Justice League. I had the hiccups. Justice League, Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1. Crisis on Infinite Earths is an integral comic book from the mid 80s that pretty much changed the way we do comics. Pretty much on all from between Marvel, DC, everything. And some actually believe that the Justice or the Crisis on Infinite Earths is what brought us into the modern comic book era. So with that being said, have you read it? I love it. It is a very, very big, deep comic. I have a copy of it. I've read it a few times. It's been a few years though, so I'm due for another reread. Um, and I need to put it on my radar because it's time. Anyway, let's go over the rating system. The rating system is as followed. A 1 out of 5 will be a you shall not pass. This is yeah, I'm definitely missing something, or maybe it's just not my cup of tea. A 2 out of 5 would be an are you not entertained? This is I liked it. Don't really care what everybody else thinks. Maybe there's something I saw that somebody else didn't see or connected with me in a different way. But I liked it. It may not be the greatest thing on earth, but hey, a 3 out of 5 will be an all be Bach. So this is for those that are like, hey, did I miss something? Do I feel it's worth another watch, or will I watch it again? Because if I plan on watching again, I'll give it at least a 3 out of 5. 4 to 5 will be a May the Force be with you because I'm a huge freaking Star Wars fan. This is an enter into my fandom. I like you. I want to date you. I want to know more. I want to know the backstories of the characters that didn't really have a lot of screen time. That person in the diner, yeah, I want to know that person's story. And the top dog in my rating scale here will be no, I am your father. This is a life-changing event. Something in that movie, TV show, comic book, or whatever definitely impacted me in a way that Darth Vader saying that he is Luke Skywalker's father. Mind blown. Okay, so just some background information on the topic of the day. This was directed by Jeff Wamaster. You may know him from other DC, especially DC animated projects. Green Lantern, Beware My Power, which is super, super fantastic. Batman, The Long Halloween, Part 1, and Justice League War World, which is pretty dark, actually. It was also written by James Krieg, and then there are some writing credits for George Perez and Marv Wolfman. If you know, you know. I'm not gonna tell that one because you should know that, and if not, shame on you. Um, Main stars, there was a lot of them. Holy cow! So, front and center is Barry Allen Flash. Now, this is voiced um, by Matt Boomer, and he's from White Collar and everything else. I think he's voiced Superman. I think he's voiced Batman. Matt Boomer is one of the absolute best actors working today. White Collar is a show that is so freaking amazing, and everything else that he does is amazing as well. But my favorite thing that he did was White Collar, and heck, he was a major part in Chuck, even though he wasn't in there a lot. In second here we have Jensen Ackles. Excuse me. Jensen Ackles is Bruce Wayne Batman. Enough said. He's played him several times now, and he's kind of the new voice of Batman. And you know what? I'm all for that. We know him from Supernatural, of course. Next, we have a Superman and Clark Kent, Darren Chris from Glee. Yes, he is the up currently needs to be the voice of Superman. He knocks out of the park every freaking time. Now, staying with the supers, Supergirl is voiced by Meg Donnelly, who was from Zombies. Also, the Winchesters plays Dean and Sam's mom in the prequel series. She was also in the running for Supergirl, apparently with James Gunn. However, she was beaten out by Millie Alcock. After Meg Donnelly, we have Stana uh, Katic. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, but she voices Wonder Woman, and she does it in a lot of stuff right now. One of my personal favorite superheroes, Green Arrow, is voiced by Jimmy Simpson, and you'd recognize him from Westworld. And then he's been in a bunch of stuff as well. After that, we have Zachary Quinto as Lex Luthor, and he does a very good job. I really dig his Lex Luthor. We have Matt Lanter, which I didn't grab his picture, but Matt Lanter is the voice of Anakin in the Clone Wars. That's you recognize. He's also in that time travel show from a few years ago. We also have Aldous Hodge as the Green Lantern. Oh, I'm sorry. John Adams. You know him from Last Man Standing. His voice is iconic. He is the Monitor. And then Aldous Hodge, Green Lantern John Stewart. You know him from Leverage. He was Hawkman in Black Adam. We love Aldous Hodge. If you listen to the podcast, to the Fandemic, we very, very much love Aldous Hodge. So, all right. Crisis on Infinite from IMDb was given a 6.3 out of 10. The Rotten Tomato meter is was 100% actually, with only a 65% audience score. And just as a quick reminder, it's okay not to like something and to have your own opinion. I do, and that's why I'm doing this. Now, IMDb says that this is the main synopsis of part one. I kind of disagree a little bit. The Anti-Monitor, the Monitor's evil counterpart, is released in the DC multiverse and begins to destroy the different Earths that compose it. The Monitor attempts to recruit heroes from across the multiverse, but is murdered. All right. With that being said, here is my next disclaimer. I base the reviews I choose solely on the title alone and have not read through them. Please forgive me if I mispronunciate words. I normally no talk good. I will do my best to read them as I see it, punctuation good or bad, and all. And this first one is called Where I Found the this is from IMDb, and this is called A Lackluster Cinematic Journey, and this one might be a journey to get through. This is a 1-star review, and here we go. Emotionless animation and forcing style over substance. In the realm of animated films, a delicate balance between compelling storytelling and captivating visuals is crucial. Unfortunately, Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1 falls short of achieving this equilibrium, leaving audiences with a hollow and emotionless viewing experience. One of the most glaring issues plaguing Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1 is its lackluster animation. Despite the best efforts of the voice actors, the characters on screen feel lifeless and uninspired. It's a perplexing phenomenon where even the most talented vocal performers struggle to breathe vitality into two-dimensional figures that seem to move with robotic precision. The animation style itself appears forced, almost as if the creators prioritized a particular aesthetic over the emotional resonance of the characters. The characters' movements lack the fluidity and nuance that typically breathes life into animated films, resulting in a visual disconnect that leaves the audience watching mere lines and shapes rather than engaging with the living, breathing world. Voice acting and potential savior in such circumstances is commendable in Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1. The cast delivers their lines with passion and conviction, trying valiantly to infuse the characters with the depth that the animation sorely lacks. Despite the actors' best efforts, the emotional impact is stifled by the visual shortcomings, leaving viewers yearning for more, for a more cohesive and immersive experience. The mismatch between strong voice acting and lackluster animation creates a jarring dissonance throughout the film. It's as if the characters exist in two separate dimensions, one brought to life by by emotive power of voice actors, and the other confined to the constraints of visually sterile and unexpressive animation style. This dude has said this like I think 4 times already. Okay, back to it. The decision to prioritize a specific visual aesthetic over emotional resonance ultimately hinders the film's ability to connect with its audience on a profound level. Viewers are left grappling with a sense of detachment, unable to fully invest in the characters and their journey due to the emotional veneer and that blankets the entire cinematic experience. Beyond the technical aspects, the storytelling itself struggles to rise above the visual mediocrity. A captivating narrative could potentially compensate the lackluster animation, but Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1 fails to deliver a compelling storyline that could salvage the overall viewing experience. The characters' emotional arcs feel superficial, overshadowed by the overwhelming visual monotony that permeates the film. In conclusion, Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1 is a cinematic disappointment that falls victim of its own artistic choices. Despite commendable voice acting and the emotionless animation style takes center stage, leaving audiences with a sense of detachment and a yearning for a more immersive and emotionally resonant experience. The film serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of striking a harmonious balance between visual aesthetics and storytelling to create a truly memorable animated masterpiece that we as an audience have come to expect from Justice League movies of old. So, does he even say anything about the story, the journey that the Flash goes on? Um, no, it's all he this guy can't get past the actual just animation style, which I didn't have a problem with, but all right, fine. I get it. Yeah, that's your opinion and you can have it. And next we have a this one is a 10-star review. This one is called The Perfect Flash Movie. And yeah, I think I'm gonna do have more in common with this one than the other one. And apparently I'm also not over my cold entirely. Yay. You'll have to see this adaptation yourself and not go with false fake reviews. Tomorrowverse was quite some disappointment lately, being inconsistent. This movie fixes that and finally moves in the right direction. I was not expecting anything out of this movie, to be frank. Little did I know DC and animation, the animation universe, just directed, told their best love story. Flashpoint was great, but there is no emotional angle to Barry and his motivation other than death of his mother, which is barely shown. But the nonlinear storytelling in this movie is so stellar that you'll definitely be puzzled in the beginning, only for everything to fall into pieces by the end. Barry's love towards Iris, how certain character from Tomorrowverse ties into this movie and is going to serve as a POV over the next two movies. I'm really excited now. Also, this is a goodbye to one of the greatest character during the DCAMU crisis. I've tried my hard to not include any spoiler. Watch it for yourself before going with general public's review. All right. Yes, I'm gonna have more with that one than the other one. And he's right. The love story that is told between Barry and Iris, and I wish I would have got the Iris's name, but I just went for the top several listed, is fantastic. And definitely right. This is a really good Flash movie. Uh, but it's also supposed to be a Justice League movie. So there are a little bit there. Okay. Now for my review on this is it's pretty short, so we'll go pretty quick. I am a huge fan of DC, especially DC animation. This was right up there for me. Is a is this a true retelling of the comic? No. It is telling this amazing story within, however. Yes, also if you know the comic, two characters will be changed forever. The Flash is the catalyst and the main star in the movie, expertly voice acted by Matt Boomer. He keeps on time jumping in parts of his life to get prepared for this crisis event to happen. So he, Superman, Batman, Vixen, and others start the Justice League after Superman is almost taken out by Amazo. Harbinger goes around collecting superheroes in different multiverses to come up with a way to stop a force that is erasing full Earths. Will they succeed? And my rating on this one is 100% may the force be with you. Did it have some issues? Yeah, it has some issues. I didn't mind the animation. The story was great. I do wish that they would have spent some more time with all the other Justice League members. It almost would have felt like it should have had more of a lead up to Crisis on Infinite Earths instead of just starting with Crisis. But we'll see how parts 2 and 3 go and go from there. So now it's up to you to decide on Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1. Where would you rank this? Would you be as low as a you shall not pass? Or would you take this all the way to no, I am not your father? Let me know. If you want to find me, talk to me, friend me, you can Facebook me at the Fandemic, TikTok at the Fandemic1, Instagram at Fandemic1. If you feel there's more of a conversation, feel free to reach out and let's talk about Crisis on Infinite Earths, whether it's the comic or the movie. Who knows? Maybe we'll just make another episode of the Fandemic and then follow up to this. If you want to support the show, there are several ways to do so. You can buy me a copy at buymeacoffee.com/the Fandemic on Patreon. You can become an episode assistant, an episode producer, a pre-veg producer like Stacey, or become part of the con. Yes, the Park Council of Nerds, starting around $5 a month. Or just go to PayPal or Venmo at Bradley Butin and share the show with someone you want to make a little bit more awesome. And last thing here, Justice League, Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1. You just got Fandemic.